While my friends imagine life as a flowing river, each interaction a pebble cast into its stream. Some pebbles create gentle ripples that expand harmoniously, others, however, disrupt the current, leaving chaos in their wake. When someone betrays your trust, they are casting a stone too heavy for the water to carry. The question is, should you allow them to cast it again? Trust is one of the most delicate aspects of any relationship, a bond that takes time, consistency, and genuine effort to build. It grows not from grand gestures, but from the accumulation of small, honest actions over time. Yet in its fragility, it holds immense power. When trust is intact, it creates a foundation where vulnerability feels safe, where words are meaningful, and where silence carries understanding. But once trust is broken, it's as if a glass has been shattered. No matter how carefully one tries to piece it back together, the cracks remain visible. It becomes a reminder of what was lost and what can never fully be restored. Patterns don't lie. They speak louder than words, actions, and intentions combined. They are the blueprint of behavior, the silent language that reveals who we truly are. In every moment, we can observe the repetition of our choices, our habits, our responses to the world around us. Over time, these patterns carve out the trajectory of our lives, shaping our reality in ways that can be more revealing than any external circumstances. They show us where we're stuck, where we're thriving, and where we continue to fall into the same traps, even when we think we've changed. The subtle patterns we ignore often reveal the truth that we're too afraid to confront. They expose what's inside, what we're avoiding, and what we need to face. Whether it's in our relationships, our careers, or within ourselves, patterns speak volumes, and they always point us in the direction we need to go. Self-respect is not just a matter of pride or vanity, it's the foundation of everything you do. It's the internal compass that directs your actions, choices, and interactions. Without it, we become susceptible to the opinions of others, compromising our values and self-worth in the process. When we prioritize self-respect, we set a standard for how we expect to be treated by others. It's a declaration that we are worthy of love, kindness, and dignity, regardless of external validation. Self-respect means saying no when it's necessary, walking away from situations or people who drain your energy, and upholding your boundaries, even when it's uncomfortable. It's understanding that you are the most important person in your own life. Without it, we risk losing ourselves in the pursuit of approval or external success. Self-respect allows us to confidently navigate life, to trust our instincts, and to hold ourselves accountable to our highest potential. When we respect ourselves, we invite others to do the same. We no longer settle for less than we deserve, nor do we tolerate toxic behavior. It's a reminder that your worth doesn't depend on others, and that your first duty is to care for, honor, and protect yourself above all. Growth over repetition. This concept challenges us to move beyond the comfort of familiarity and the safety of what we know. Repetition can be comforting, even if it's not always in our best interest. It creates a sense of stability, but it can also be a trap. When we fall into patterns of repetition, we risk becoming stagnant, simply going through the motions without actually evolving. Growth, on the other hand, demands change. It requires us to step out of our comfort zones, to take risks, and to embrace the unknown. Growth challenges our assumptions and our limitations. It asks us to question old habits, to break free from the confines of routine, and to seek out new possibilities. It's about finding the courage to grow in ways that are uncomfortable, to let go of what no longer serves us, and to welcome the discomfort that comes with transformation. True growth is not found in the repetition of the same actions or thoughts, but in the willingness to break free from them and explore new paths, new ideas, and new ways of being. Energy is finite. We often act as if we have an endless supply, pushing ourselves through one task after another, hoping to accomplish as much as possible. We take on more than we can handle, believing that if we just keep moving, we'll eventually catch up. But the truth is, our energy is limited. It's not an endless well that we can tap into whenever we want. It's a finite resource that needs to be managed, conserved, and replenished. When we fail to acknowledge the limits of our energy, we burn out. We reach a point where our bodies and minds can no longer keep up with the demands we place on them. The more we push, the more we drain ourselves, and the less effective we become. Our ability to think clearly, to be productive, to stay engaged, all start to deteriorate. We begin to lose sight of what truly matters, distracted by the exhaustion that takes over. Recognizing that energy is finite forces us to be more intentional with how we spend it. It encourages us to focus on what truly deserves our time and effort, to prioritize our well-being, and to learn to say no when necessary. We can no longer afford to waste our energy on things that don't align with our values or our goals. Instead, we must use our energy wisely, preserving it for the moments and pursuits that will lead to true fulfillment and growth. Understanding the finite nature of energy also teaches us the importance of rest. It's not enough to simply work harder or longer. We must take time to restore ourselves, to replenish our energy, and to regain the clarity and focus that are essential for progress. Rest is not a luxury, but a necessity. It's the key to sustaining our energy and ensuring that we remain effective and balanced in the long term. In a world that constantly demands more from us, it's easy to overlook the limits of our energy. But when we recognize that our energy is finite, we are empowered to make better choices. We learn to conserve our energy for what matters, to rest when needed, and to invest our time and effort in ways that bring us closer to our true potential. In conclusion, understanding the finite nature of our energy is a powerful reminder of how we must approach life with intentionality and self-awareness. We are not invincible, and our capacity to give, perform, or create is limited by the energy we have. By recognizing this reality, we free ourselves from the myth of endless productivity and begin to focus on what truly matters. We learn the value of rest, prioritization, and meaningful engagement over mindless busyness. Our energy is a precious resource that must be managed, conserved, and restored. By doing so, we not only protect our well-being, but also enhance our ability to be fully present and effective in the tasks and relationships that bring us the most fulfillment. The key is to choose where we invest our energy wisely. Understanding that balance, rest, and focus will always lead us to a more sustainable and fulfilling journey.